Hello, we are live. We're just going to give it a couple of minutes. Kind of posted saying that we'd be starting at 8. I'll make it 2 minutes to, so we're a little bit early. If anyone's joined us early, how's it all going? Um, we've got lots of different stuff to go through, lots of figures that have come in. Everyone enjoying their Friday nights? Counting down. Nearly 8 o'clock, it's nearly go time. What time do you make it? Here we go. It's 8 o'clock. It's Friday. Let's have a look at some figures. So, we did live last Friday. We did some live unboxings. We are going to do a similar kind of thing. There's some unboxings that we did during the week. So there's stuff that's already unboxed that I just thought I'd go through with you, and you just get a gist of what is going to be coming out. So we can go through some stuff, some of the good bits that have come in, and then you can see if there's anything. You get sort of a little heads up on what is coming this week. So we'll start off with a box figure that came in, which is a Legends figure, The Godfather. Again, Mattel Legends line. A set that came with Carlito, Angle, and Rosie. And we had a loose Rosie on one of the unboxings the other week. So that was the first figure that came in. Nice to have onto the website. We've not had him as the new Legends. We have had him as the old existing one, which brings us to the next figure we've got here. The Godfather again. This is in his original attire, one of the series that came out before. He's got the purple hat and the glasses, although they're risen up a little bit. Pop them on his little cane. Again, we have got one of him listed, but not with all the accessories, so it was good to have the accessories come in with him. We have got like loads of stuff to go through, so we're just going to go through figures. We've got a basic Hogan that'll be listed, and again, all of these figures will be coming up onto the website in probably over the weekend. We'll be getting most of these done. A Hogan basic, but quite a nice Hogan basic. We have got, going into the retro, Mattel retro came in. The Kane retro holds his value. It's quite popular still. I mean, Kane is one of them figures that doesn't matter on the range. He popularity is so high, and the prices just go crazy for him. So speaking of which, staying with Kane, we had one of the newer basics, not the new ones, but this was I think it was maybe from a SummerSlam range in one of the basics. So got him in as well. He pretty much flies out around that £10 to £15 mark. On eBay as a sweet spot, depending on condition, but he flies out. And then another Kane, not the best of conditions, one of the older Jack's ones. He's pretty loose there with his arms and his legs, but might be worth someone in their collection. Again, it's always worth getting them in the bundles, get them in. It's pretty much the plan. Hi, how is everyone? Yo, how's it going? You having a good Friday? We've got loads and loads of figures to go through that have come in, so that are going to be listed. And there's some of them are big hitters. Some of them are, we've got basics. Matt Riddle basic. Bray Wyatt basic. Finn Balor basic. Roman Reigns. We'll just try and whiz through these. Becky, is that? That's a basic, isn't it? It's not an elite. Thought it might have been an elite there for a second, but it's not. Finn Balor, elite. With the jacket, seems to go quite pricey, maybe £20 to £25 range. Without the jacket, maybe £10, £12, around that kind of range that it'll go for. But I'm not entirely sure why this particular version of Finn goes crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't rate it as my favourite Finn figure. Some more basics: Undertaker, Kevin Owens, the twisted leg. But that's all right. Just twist it back. There we go. They're in. We've got. Sorry about Gunther's name change, Mr. Keith Lee. He comes with his jacket. Where is Keith Lee? Does anyone know? Is he going to come back to WWE, do you think? You know, he had this kind of little spell where, you know, even at the Rumble, weren't it, with Brock? Was it maybe the 2020 Rumble? It was a while ago. He came in and you thought he had a big future. It seemed an interesting character. Speaking of Brock, we've got a Brock basic as well that came in there. But then he just fizzled out. Rey Mysterio with his eye. Remember them during like COVID times with the eye? But then magically can see. No, I will not say that. Yeah, so he's eye, but he can see again now. It's fine. It was all magic. We have Seth Rollins, Andre the Giant in his kind of classic attire. This was before my time watching wrestling when he wore this. I remember him as you see him from WrestleMania 3 onwards in the singlet. Again, more basics. This was a massive box of figures, this one that came in. More basics, Bobby Lashley and AJ Styles. We got a table. Now these sell amazingly good online on eBay, on the website. They fly out. You're looking at around about £7 to £10 for one of these. So they're definitely one to look out for if they come in a bundle. You know, I've had some bundles where there's 3 or 4 of them in there, and then someone wanted 20 quid for the bundle. So you got, you know, just the tables alone were worth it. Again, more basics rounding out this bundle. These will be all up on the website for cheapy prices. You know, they're basics at the end of the day. Some of the basics do hold their value and do go up in price, but most don't. Oh, that's the little top for Rey Mysterio. So great. There's loads more. We got some steps. I mean, are these half steps? They seem like they're the full bit, because you get the Elite and that seems to be the bit on the top, but then without the rings. Hi Jack, you right? We got the Macho Man without the accessories. We did have one of him last week which had all the accessories. The Anvil, again, he seems to be a funny one for price. You see some go for cheap and then some go for 16. I've seen 16.99, that kind of price range. You know, a lot of it is going to come down to the condition and the quality that they're in. But it goes through phases sometimes. Sometimes, you know, people are popular and they want in. Let's grab another handful. Oh, there's the Anvil's partner there, Bret Hart. Anyone remember him? In the blue though, again, I have faint memories of ever seeing them not in the pink and black, but would have been when they were younger. We've got a Jeff Hardy basic, Shawn Michaels Elite. I think that's from the SummerSlam range, with his little jacket, waistcoaty thing that he wears. That came with it as well. Another basic for Roman Reigns, cat angle trousers. So popular, Roman Reigns. So many figures out of Roman Reigns. And we got, these came out in another video in the week, I think, on one of the shorts. But we had the Cody, Seth Rollins, and a JD McDonough there in the bags. So they came in too. I'm running out of space on this table. A Kurt Angle singlet, which is always, you know, and his trousers. So if you want to, they'll be listed. If you want to do any sort of custom Kurt Angle stuff, there'll be accessories for them. Jey Uso. I don't think Jey Uso did come in this week, unfortunately. I don't even know if there's one currently on the website. That I've had so many of them come in and go because they just do not stay. Such a popular figure at the moment, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso as well. But Uso's so much gained in popularity. I do have a John Moxley though, a very loose John Moxley this one, unfortunately, but still a very sought after figure. John Moxley sells pretty well. We've got Shane McMahon in the X-Pac attire. We've got some basics. We've got a little rattler though here, Triple H and the Undertaker. Let's see what else is in this box. Big Daddy Cool, Diesel, and I think that might be The Miz or Damien Sandow when he was pretending to be The Miz. Anyone remember that? Here's the best. Yeah. Of the Mox, yeah, sure. Sorry, buddy. Let's have a look. So that is the Moxley head sculpt. Yeah, we've got the Diesel. And then we had the Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker Elite, and another basic. So they were some of the ones that came in. I have got some others that I just wanted to leave as more of a at the end. Yep, Seth did the old chair to the back, which made the WrestleMania main event when Cody won the belt so much better. You not got... Oh, I haven't got donate. No, yeah, sorry. You have to get 500 subscribers, I think, for all that kind of stuff. You know, thanks for the offer there. I mean, a cheeky subscribe would be great. Help me get to the 500. That's the first kind of big goal that we're looking to hit. I was on 422, I think, earlier before I started. So anyone out there, you know, if you want to see wrestling figure stuff, that's kind of what the channel is. It's, you know, wrestling in general and wrestling figure related stuff, unboxings, you know, new figure openings, showing what's going to be listed onto the website, so you can get like pick up some of the figures. And this is the first place to see things before they come in. So like now, for instance, I'm going to be doing some live unboxings. So this is the first package that came in. I don't know if you can really call it an unboxing because it's a bag. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for subscribing. I do appreciate it. You know, trying to build the channel, trying to, you know, at the end of the day, this is what I enjoy doing. And hopefully you guys enjoy what comes out of it. So, right, so the first package here, we have an Elite Triple H. He's seen better days though. He's a bit loose. I got him in the bundle kind of for a reason, because in another bundle that I got, which yeah, we do have it to hand. So here we go. We got some accessories, and one of the accessories was the Terminator outfit, and I think this may be the Triple H that these accessories go with. If you know that for an answer, hello Scott, it's your first day. Yes, it's my first day too. But the accessory goes on, and it's got the helmet in there as well somewhere. This is a big box of accessories that came on a previous order, which would have been last week. And somewhere in there is the rest of that, which is why I wanted to get that figure in that bundle. Because sometimes it's nice to have a little complete set, and then when you're selling it on. A Bubba Ray Dudley basic. Don't think there's a Devon in here. I Can't really remember this bundle, but from what I do remember, I think it was just that. And an Alistair Black. Again, popular because there's no reissued Mattel figures yet. Most of my figure collection is from Medway. What, from us? You've got it from us? Catholic Crusader. Yeah, so that is the Alistair Black or Malachi Black. Quite a cool basic, actually. The tattoos, sometimes the basics don't do the tattoos as much. I know they're not really in full colour. Move on to the bag here. I do love a bit of you know, bag packaging. That's, who needs bubble wrap? You know, just to carry a bag, that'll be fine. You know, but it is what it is. We've got The Rock from his early days. Survivor Series '96, I think, when he debuted, and no one liked him apparently. I remember seeing that. I did actually watch. I stayed up and watched Survivor Series '96, and I do remember him debuting. But I think the main, it's just a Miz basic there. The main thing that was actually staying to see was like the return of the Hitman and Stone Cold, back when Stone Cold was still, you know, he was Stone Cold. He hadn't quite become what he later became. Oh, that is a nice little elite bulldog. Not the best condition, but you won't see it here because it's live. When I reuse the footage, I make some videos. I will hopefully, through the magic of editing, here should flash up the price. Hopefully that he sells for and what we paid. But who knows? I may do it, I may not. Don't know. Rocky Maivia, yeah. Yeah, there were some Jeff Hardys. We had some basics there. I mean, that's the one I can still see to hand. This one here, no elites though of Jeff Hardy so far. But there's another big box, which after this one, that's a fresh box that I've not opened. So maybe he's in there. We have got another Roman Reigns, because you can never have enough Roman Reigns. While we're on the subject of enough Roman Reigns, who do you think is the we've got Kane, the most made figure? I mean, probably off the top of the bat, Hogan. But if you put some rules in place and say it's just going to be maybe Mattel figures in that range, would it still be Hogan? Would it be John Cena? Would it be Roman Reigns? Rey Mysterio. Every single series seems to have a Rey Mysterio in it. Yes, mate. Yes. Get the dog walked. She's still having treats. We've got more basics. Seth Rollins. Where do you get these figs? So I get them from anywhere, like anywhere, everywhere. It's buying bundles on eBay, buying bundles on Vinted, going to boot fairs, Facebook Marketplace. They are everywhere. Charity shops. Other collectors. Sometimes collectors are just thinning down their collections. Yeah, I've got a Rey Mysterio. Where he's gone though, I don't know. He was in here somewhere. It was the blue attire version where he's got the eye patch. But going back to here, we have got another Kurt Angle Elite. Another Kane basic. But he's hurt his bottom. Look, he's broke, which is a shame because that's normally a 10 to 12 pound figure, and like that he's rubbish. And a Drew McIntyre basic. We'll have a quick route through to see if we can find the Rey Mysterio. I can't think where he went. Aha. There was the Rey Mysterio. So the one with the where he lost his eye. I think it was to Seth Rollins. So that was that one done. The next one has got some decent bits in it, I believe. If it's the one I remember. I have stupidly not got my unboxing utensil. So I'm going to have to just grab and split the box. So I apologise if this looks really awkward, because it probably is going to be. I will get there. It's a big box, which is always a good sign that there might be lots of good stuff in it. This would have been easier with a knife. How about you leave me alone? Yeah, I mean, chill, man. It's fun. As I've said many times or once before, it's not that deep. It's just wrestling figures. It's fun. I can't get into them though, but they are just wrestling figures when they get here. So here we go. A parcel that has actually been packaged up very well. As you can see, lots of bubble wrap. That is always a good sign. Lots of figures, which is always a great sign. So off the bat in there we have Andrade, or El Idolo, Andrade El Idolo. I'm not really sure pronunciation. Is that Taylor? I know, Dragunov, Ilya, Dragunov. I don't know how you pronounce the name. We have Shinsuke with soft goods t-shirt, which is good. One half of the Young Bucks. A MJF. A Randy Orton SummerSlam in there. We have, that's the headdress for a Finn Balor Demon. These are great toyetic figures. Make for great figures. Look cool. A TNT belt. Again, that is a great championship title. A lot of new titles when they come in, they just don't look as good. But AEW done well with their championship titles on the most part. We've got the Viking Raiders. Great tag team. Or is it just the War Raiders now? They kind of changed their look, didn't they? Away from Vikings to one of their little accessories. They changed the look away from Vikings to more like a biker gang, wasn't it? Just called themselves War Raiders. TJ Perkins and another Drew McIntyre. Just more packaging up bits in there. A Luke Harper. I say Luke Harper, that's not actually his name there, is it? It's Brody Lee. Tyler Bate. sort of kicking off in the chat. Bobby Lashley. Damien Priest. Some nice figures. Some good conditions. Another Mustafa Ali. And is that Santos? Maybe. Another Macho King, this time with the accessories. We've already seen one of them tonight. That was nice. Get another one in. And Pete Dunne. Is that maybe the Chase? Was it the Chase version? Rhea Ripley. Very popular at the moment. That shifts quite quickly. There's other little bits of accessories in there. The War Raiders. I think this is Randy Orton's championship that came with the SummerSlam figure. So yeah, that is it for the unknown. Oh wait, nearly lost them. The glasses for the Macho King. Can't have the Macho King without his glasses. What was I thinking? There we go, perfecto. So that is a mountain. I appreciate you can't, if you've just joined, you can't see, but we have been through so many figures. Now we're coming to some of the ones which, I mean, there's only a few left to go through, but they were my favourite ones that came in this week. So we had The Rock, complete with the soft goods shirt, the glasses, and the world title, the Brahma Bull world title. So that was a great addition to have. We then had a few of the NWO Wolfpack. So Scott Hall, the outsiders there, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and Lex Luger. So all we're missing really is maybe Sting. There's a couple of other people, you know, there's quite a few people in and out, weren't there, in the day, but Lex Luger figure, which is pretty cool. Comes with the soft goods as well. And then we've got the outsiders. I think that this Scott Hall is maybe like the first version that came out, so not the newer one. We have got the newer one already listed. And then we've got a Kevin Nash. So they were sort of to round up what has come in this week. So we have had, you know, plus all of the accessories and stuff that have come in. There are some more figures that I haven't actually gone through because there was just too many tonight to go through the time. We're coming up to sort of past. I don't even know how we get rid of people on here. Sorry, apologies. I'm very new to this. Is there some sort of kick button maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's just wrestling figures. What's this guy on, hey? Nobody knows. But thanks for joining us. Has anyone got any actual questions about anything wrestling figure related or wrestling related, or, you know, it's Friday, what's everyone up to? Okay. Right. There you go, Scott. The power is in your hands. There we go. Look at that. Moderation. Thanks, Scott. Anyone else got any questions that, you know, if it wrestling figure related? Does that say was timed out for 86,000 seconds? That's a lot of seconds. 86,000 seconds? Yeah, cheers. You know, there's you don't get overtime for this though. So we're at the half-hour mark. There's not much. If no one's got any questions really in regards to wrestling figures or anything they want to know, when's your next car boot? Going to buy. I was contemplating maybe Sunday. Yeah, I keep up with wrestling. I kind of do dip in and out. It's more WWE and a little bit of AEW. We've kind of been through all the wrestlers that are there, figure wise that's going to be out. So maybe there's like 100 or so that are going to be listed. You know, check out any of the other videos. You kind of see what kind of things we do. If you check out medwaywrestle.com, you'll see all the figures that we've got on there that are ready to go. We're on eBay as well. If you'd rather purchase from eBay, it's just you usually pay a bit more. On eBay, they add fees to it all now, and just because the way the market is, that the items can be a bit more expensive. It's always best to just go direct to medwaywrestle.com. And there's loads, you know, there's maybe 600, 700 figures on there and accessories on at the moment. There'll be another 50 to 100 coming on over the space of the weekend, especially as we sort of are on the run up or run down or the movement to Christmas now. So it's going to get busy. But yeah, back to the question about do I watch SmackDown and Raw? Yes, I do. When I get chance, you know, it's usually a lot of the time now is watching clips of it and stuff. I don't always get chance to watch it a couple of hours in, and sometimes it's a hard watch. Hi, you're right, Catholic Crusader. So did I see earlier you said that you get your figures from Medway? Like, did you mean that you've got figures from us before in the past? If it's in Medway, like we used to sell a lot at shows, toy fairs, boot fairs. We don't really sell so much at the toy fairs and boot fairs now. Most of it's pretty much all done online. It's just a lot straightforward, and you're not trying to get, you know, containers of figures out first thing in the morning and have to set up and work on a stall for the day when it can all be done with the magic of eBay and website. But anyway, I'm going to let everyone get back to their Friday. I'm going to stop boring everyone because I'm pretty much done. There's no more figures to show you. I have got more stuff coming in. We'll probably do another live next Friday. I want to try and make it a regular thing on a Friday, but it's not always possible. So everyone have fun, and I will see you all. You know, check out the YouTube. Please feel free to subscribe. It will help the channel immensely. But have a great evening, and hope everyone has a great weekend. See you later. Bye.